Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm John and this is the Kershaw Natrix knife, which is the knife I'm going to present to you today. The Natrix is not a new knife, it is about a year old or something like that, but this is the newest iteration of this knife and the most expensive. As you can see, it is a carbon fiber version, this one, and apart from that, what separates it from some of the cheaper ones is that this is actually a manual flipper. Which means no assisted opening. Some of the cheaper ones are assisted, which I don't understand, trying this one, but more about that later. Let's do what I always do and make a walkthrough from the blade and all around this knife. I might add, before I start that this is, I like it very much. But as always, I'll sort of give you the good and what I think is the bad or less good about it, and then you decide for yourself. So, without further ado, we have a blade coated, I would call it titanium coated, a grayish coating, which in my experience holds out very well, doesn't scratch that easily, and that is of course a beautiful thing. I like knives with fullers, and this has a very big fuller, but no sharp edges, so of course there'll be some gunk in there, but no sharp corners in it, so you can clean it out quite easily. And a blade with a great deal of belly, which is not a bad thing. Did I say drop point? Almost a sheep's foot, right? Doesn't matter that much what you call it, you can see the shape. And quite sharp out of the box. On top of the blade, a bit of jimping, very comfortable, doesn't tear away at your thumb in any way, but it gives you a firm grip, and that is of course a nice thing. Going to the handle, G10, and I think this carbon fiber is just a laminate, not sure, but I think it's just, more or less of a sticker. And this very prominent pivot screw, which I think looks quite nice. What we notice up here is the stop pin, which I couldn't mention it. I'm not sure if it's a problem or not, because it hasn't been a problem for me, but this is a stop pin in G10, and I really hope that is durable. But until now, no issues with it. But still, G10 is a hard material, and most of these scales are G10, not much liners, but we'll get to that. Further, we see this nice pattern here, which gives the knife quite a lot of personality, I think. I think it looks very nice. And of course 2 holes, so that you can make it left side, or indeed as it is now, right side carry. Turn it around. We have this rather short pocket clip. That's a problem for some, not for me. And if you look inside the pocket clip, one of my pet peeves, quite a lot of room for material inside there, but those screws, as always, need to be recessed, but that's not a problem on this knife alone, that's a problem on a lot of knives. I really don't understand why these big screw heads that take so much room, why they are there, but that's the way it is. I'll just show you in a little while something that is even more crazy about this. Then we look at this. This is the frame lock, and this is a bit of a special frame lock. This is called a subframe lock, which means that inside the scale is a little metal liner, which this frame lock or lock bar rides on, and I don't know, I don't know if I can show you. Maybe you can see underneath the pocket clip, just beside the two screw heads, there are 3 small screws that holds the liner. They are recessed. Why on earth didn't they recess the other screws? That would have, aesthetically, that would have been nicer, and practically it would have been much nicer. Inside beneath the pocket clip, 3 screws holding the liner for this subframe lock that you have here. And pocket clip here, it functions very, very nice. I'm very fond of that pocket clip, actually. Otherwise, more or less the design from the other side mirrored on this side. And yeah, the subframe lock, even a bit of a hole maybe to save some weight. This is a very light knife, and we have the blade designation, the steel HCR 13 MOV, and the serial, the model number of the knife. HCR 13 MOV will be a problem for some. At least it's easy to sharpen, not the best steel, and perhaps not the steel you should put in a $70, $80 knife, in my opinion. Ergonomically, this knife sits very well in hand. It is a slim knife and a very light knife, and that of course gives a lot both in the pocket and in your hand. And hotspots, not very many. The small pocket clip is really an advantage in this case, and you have just a few little sharp edges, but they are rounded off. I'll do a review of the Kershaw Fraction, which reminds me a little bit about this one, but and it has so much sharper edges. They did a little chamfer, a little buffing, a little effort to round off the corners on this one, and it doesn't have that many hotspots, and feels quite nice in hand. Even reverse grip and draw cut, not that bad either. And then finally the action, amazing action. I need to say that, amazing action. I don't understand why Kershaw needs to make those assisted opening knives when they can make an opening mechanism like this. It shoots open like a rocket, and this light blade also, it's not drop shotty, but it is very smooth. And I'll just shut up for a while and you can listen to the action. It has a very nice walk and talk. Very nice click, very, very good descent, just the right amount of resistance from the descent. Really, really nice, and I am in love with this action. So Kershaw, make some manual knives like this and drop that assisted opening. You can do it. So with all of that, a knife I can definitely recommend. It is for lighter use, I think, and it doesn't take up a lot of room in your pocket. So if that's something for you, I definitely recommend it. I have no real issues with it. Some of you might complain about the steel, but well, as I already said, easy to open. And let's just have it's easy to sharpen. And let's just have a last look at this, in my opinion, very beautiful knife. I love the design. And with this, have a nice day, evening, whatever it is in your country. Bye bye.